Hello friends, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. So today we are going to be asking, what is it that others admire about you? I've already done the readings and they're all just so lovely. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need, and I will see you in a minute. Hello, pile 1. So today we are asking, what is it that others admire about you? And the oracle cards that I have pulled for you are Illumination, Beetle, Seeker, Moth, Mystery, Power, Volcano, Peace, and Friendship. So the first thing that comes to mind when I look at these cards is this energy of somebody who knows their worth. And if you're sitting here thinking like, I honestly don't necessarily know if that's how I feel about myself, how you're portraying yourself or presenting yourself to others is somebody who holds themselves in high regards and is somebody who will stand up for themselves or speak up for themselves or advocate for themselves. And I think what I'm getting with this beetle is that there are a lot of people that have a hard time with this concept of advocating for yourself or standing up for yourself. And it's because a lot of us want to avoid conflict. We don't want to seem confrontational or difficult, like we're trying to be difficult. But if you really kind of dissect that, you really come down to the fact that there is no confrontation in advocating for yourself, or standing up for yourself or asking for what it is that you deserve. And you are beyond that insecurity that others are still dealing with. And so because of this is something that is very admirable in their eyes. And with Volcano here in Power, I feel like there is this ability to speak the truth. I feel like you don't really sugarcoat things. However, you're not tactless or cruel by any means. You're just expressive. You have an ability to express your feelings and to express yourself, whether that's artistically or just emotionally, like verbally, physically. There is this intense expression about you here with Volcano. Another thing that I'm picking up on with the Moth, Seeker, Illumination, and Mystery is that when people meet you or when people connect with you, there is this very strong desire on your end that you are radiating constantly, in which you desire more. You have a very strong desire for deeper understanding of life, perhaps, or for deeper understanding of self, for deeper understanding of the universe, for philosophical discussions, perhaps even. The light attributes of the Seeker are thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. I feel like you're somebody who in conversation really knows how to lead a conversation, really knows how to direct a conversation into something that is very thought-provoking. You're inquisitive, and you inspire people around you to see things from different perspectives, or to not even see things from different perspectives, but to realize different perspectives that perhaps they didn't even know existed. Another thing that I'm getting with Moth, though, is this. So moths are very much drawn to light, and the seeker is looking for wisdom. And then we have illumination here. I feel like perhaps there is a little bit of like seeking in the sense of confusion or longing for something that you might not know what it is. And it's not a bad thing. This is showing up in the sense of this is what people admire about you. There's this connectedness that you have with your emotions, where you're capable of sitting with them, even if they are a little uncomfortable or you don't quite understand them, and in the sense that other people aren't as intimate or raw with their feelings. They don't navigate them as easily, and it's not that easy to sit with feelings, and to sit with feelings or to admit that there's something that's missing, to admit things to yourself. And with the moth here and with mystery, I'm sensing there's just like this great desire within you that perhaps you're not necessarily even aware that you are expressing per se. It could be really nonverbal or just through observation, that there's something that you want more of, and you're searching for it. You're drawn to people who expand your horizons. And I think honestly with illumination here, people who meet you see themselves in a different way than they did before, with your nudging or with your inspiration, and they start to see themselves in a different light. And it's because that you kind of help them see themselves through your eyes, I guess. I don't know how to say it. This is it's just kind of flowing out of me right now. It's like you're looking for, there's this longing within you to find more and to seek for more, and people recognize that you're drawn to the light, you're drawn to high vibrational things, to things with deeper meaning, and they're honored when you are drawn to them. And then with peace here and friendship, I mean, that's beautiful. What do people love about you? Your loyalty and your ability to give insight and comfort or soothing to the ones that you love when they are in need of it. It's all very lovely. Let's go ahead and get some tarot. What do people love about pile 1? What do people admire about pile 1? Okay, we have the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, what do people admire about pile 1? We have the 4 of Swords. What do people admire about pile 1? The Page of Cups. Okay, we have the Magician. And I'm going to take this one because it was out. So we have the Page of Pentacles, and I'm going to take the 9 of Cups. And then on the back of the deck, we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, so the first thing that pops out to me is this 5 of Swords and the Magician, because this is just further confirmation to me that people see you in a way in which you put yourself first. And it's not selfish. It's not a selfish energy. It's more like a genuine dose of self-love or self-care that's not based in the ego. It's based in understanding that you have to give to yourself before you can give to others. And if you have no respect for yourself, it's going to show up because you are going to allow others to walk over you as well. There's just this element of self-respect to you. You hold yourself in high regard, and therefore it's reflected back to you. I feel like you don't really put up with people's nonsense. Yeah, I'm just sensing like a very strong-willed person that knows what they want, knows that they deserve what they want, and doesn't let anyone stand in the way of what it is that they want. And with the Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, this is, the Three of Cups is friendship, and so is the Two of Cups. This is more of this like loving friendship energy that we saw in this card behind here. So we have the Three of Cups, the Page of Cups, and then also, or the Page of Pentacles, and then the Nine of Cups, and these all came out together. And what I sense is that when other people are around you, they feel, for one, inspired to explore other options or other routes in life. They feel inspired to learn or gain new skills of some kind, gain new insight. And with the Nine of Cups here, I feel like you empower people. Like, it's almost like when people are in your presence, they feel as though they can accomplish anything that they want. And there's also a lot of joy here in the Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups. It's like you're a very fun person, very warm, very peaceful, and just overall lovely, a lovely person to be around that sees things in others in a way in which then is reflected back to them and makes them feel very good about themselves. With the Six of Wands here, and then the Page of Cups, I'm going to look at this. This is a new deck, and I haven't looked at all of the images. I really need to, I want to look at the guidebook eventually and like read what the descriptions are, because these images are fascinating. This looks like a falcon or a hawk, and then in the background are some crows, and on the crow's wings are eyes, and the hawk is being held by a hand with a nest that's also being held, and inside the nest is a coin, dice, a flower, and some other stuff. I need to look this up. I don't have the guidebook with me right now. The Six of Wands typically is about success, victory. And I see it here. I'm just fascinated by this imagery. I don't know if maybe seeing crows or a falcon or a hawk is something that means something to you, and that's why I needed to share that. There's a message here that I'm not getting. If you guys, I know there's something that I'm missing here, and I wish I had my guidebook. I don't know where it is. If you guys know what this message is, please let me know. But in the Six of Wands and the Page of Cups, this is indicating to me that people also admire your ability to, for one, put aside your pride in certain moments and apologize, but there's also this like sense of playfulness to you here with this Page of Cups. And with the Six of Wands, it's like, I almost want to say it's like people view you as just like playful, but also lucky. Like, it's like you have this ability to be able to, and you might be thinking like, nope, actually, like, life is like a challenge for me, like just like it is for everyone else. I have ups and downs. But how people see you is as somebody who is playful and enjoys life, and because they're radiating such playful, high vibrational energy, they're lucky in their eyes. Like, you are victorious in a lot of your endeavors. And then we have the Two of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Swords. One message that I'm getting in particular with these three cards right here is that you might be currently going through some sort of healing process, in which a connection, a romantic connection, and perhaps it wasn't, maybe it was like a workplace connection, like a relationship you had with a former company or something like that, has been severed, and you're in this period of rest right now while you heal. And I think what these two cards are trying to say in terms of this heartbreak right here is that people admire your ability to take the hurt that you have experienced, and this goes beyond just romantic connections. So if this romantic part is not resonating with you, just listen to this part. The hurt that you have experienced in your past is something that you have not allowed to be your downfall. You are somebody who is incredibly introspective and knows when to tap out, knows when to say, I'm going to take a step back from this, and I am going to rest, lick my wounds, and take as much time as I need to heal, and then I will come back out, more evolved and all the stronger. There's this element to you that allows themselves to sit with their feelings. You don't run from them. You don't try to fill them with other people. You just allow yourself to sit with them and reflect on them and let them go, and you're continuously healing. It's very beautiful, Pile 1. Let's go ahead and get you... Let's get you an affirmation just to close this off. What affirmation is there for Pile 1? I am in sync with the flow of life. Well, Pile 1, that is where I'm going to leave you for today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section. If it didn't, there might be another reading for you in this video, or you might just not have a message here for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe so I'll have the chance to read for you again soon. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. Bye! Hello, Pile 2. So today we are asking, what is it that other people admire about you? So the oracle cards that I have pulled for you today are Abundance, Owl, Gossip, Wolf, Stop, Stormy, Someone New, Your Dreams Are Closer Than You Think, and Veiled. Okay, and the light attributes of Gossip are awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Okay, so with Veiled here and Stormy, I feel as though one really, really big thing that those who are closest to you admire, because they know you deeper than most, is that you have been through a lot. And with Veiled here and Stormy, what I am sensing is you've put a lot of trust in people in the past that in which they have let you down. And yet still, this has not hardened you. This has not turned your heart cold. If anything, it's only made you even all the more considerate of the hearts, the feelings of those around you. With owl here and wolf, both of these animals are animals that symbolize leadership. Another thing that people really value or admire in you is your ability to lead. The owl is also an animal that practices discernment and really edits things out, really has a vision for what it is that they're looking for, and is able to discern between what is important, what is no longer needed, and what is important. And with the owl here and then stop, along with veiled and stormy, I feel like people really admire your ability to walk away from things when respect is no longer being served. That is not something that is easy for a lot of people. And I feel like you have an eye for it, whereas other people may be more focused on what it is that they want or what it is that their ego is driving them to work toward. Whereas you are somebody who can detach in a loving way, or perhaps what the word I'm wanting to use is you are able to use your intuition. And intuition is different than feelings. Intuition is different than what it is that you want or feeling afraid. It's just a knowing. And I'm sensing that one thing that like people really admire about you is your ability to intuitively recognize in an instant when something is no longer for you. And it's not the same as like being unable to find conflict resolution. It's not the same as like avoiding conflict and therefore just cutting people off left and right. It's different. It's this energy of honoring yourself and what it is that you want and your vision, and recognizing when paths 100% will never lead you to that vision, and instead of staying for longer hoping that path may change, you continue on your way. And what people are noticing is that with someone soon, and your dreams are closer than you think, is that for a lot of you with this someone soon, I think that literally means someone soon. I think that people are looking at the healing that you have done, or are just looking at how you are navigating life in general, and are recognizing that the work that you are putting in right now, the inner work that you're doing, or the respect you are giving yourself, or the discernment you are practicing in your life, is getting you closer and closer to either your person, if you are searching for a partnership, or whatever it is that your dreams are. You are somebody who is really in alignment and is really using an abundance mindset. Someone in an abundance mindset knows that they can say no to what it is that they don't want, because they know what it is that they do want is on its way to them. They're not clinging and grasping to things that don't serve them because they're not in a lack mindset. And another thing that I'm seeing with Wolf and with Gossip is that you are an incredibly loyal person. There is loyalty to you, and a gentleness to you, and an empathy to you that is unreal, and it's worthy of admiration. Let's keep going. What do people admire about pile 1? Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. Beautiful card. What do people admire about pile 2? Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. What do people admire about you? Okay, we have the Three of Cups, the Magician. That's interesting. Both of these cards, the Three of Cups and the Magician, came out for pile 1, 2. What do people love about you or admire about you? We have the Fool, Strength. What do others admire about you? The Seven of Pentacles. Oops. And the King of Swords. And on the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. It's beautiful. Okay, so there's a lot of this, and so the Eight of Cups is the pathway to truth. It's walking away from things when they don't feel right anymore, and moving toward truth, moving toward illumination. Sorry, I just got this deck, and with a lot of the decks that I get, I open them up and I just like intuitively look at the images, and like I can understand it, and I understand what these cards are, but the imagery in them is just so stunning to me. And the book that came with it is a pretty big book, and I'm hoping that there's a lot of information in it, because these images are stunning. And I'm sorry, I'm rambling. And then with the I'm getting the same energy with this Five of Pentacles, and then with Strength here. I feel like what the Five of Pentacles is representing is something from your past, a moment in your past in which you were left out in the cold, in which you were rejected, and it was deeply damaging or harmful or hurtful. And with Strength here, it's like you've turned this situation into something in which you have regained your power, or you found power within you that you never even knew you had. And that's, I don't know, I say it, and like I know what I'm seeing is that, but also at the same time, I'm not saying that like if this bad thing hadn't happened to you, you would have never realized this power. But this, what's happened has happened, and these are the outcomes from it. And the outcome is that there's this gentle warrior within. Like, I don't know, and I would never really say that word with this card, but then with the Five of Wands here and the Fool, there's this fearless warrior energy, and I'm getting it. There's like a gentle warrior. You're a gentle warrior. And you're, the Fool here is somebody who is fearless. And I think that this is, with the Five of Wands here, I think people can see that fearlessness is not something that comes just completely naturally to you, as it doesn't most of us. And I think that like what they're seeing is that you are somebody who, even in the fear, can like battle it out with yourself and still make jumps forward and still make strides forward in order to get what it is that you want. And with the Magician here and the King of Swords, it's just more of this like powerful visualizing energy. Like you have an envision for your life. You have a vision for your life, for what it is that you want. There's something here about you that is just so profoundly intentional. You are a very intentional person, and you and it goes beyond just like in manifesting what it is that you want, that is in the future. With the Three of Cups here and the Seven of Pentacles, you are intentional in every interaction you have with those that you love. You are intentional, you are present, and you hold your connections in high regard and put a lot of effort into them. It's very lovely. People admire you for the amount of work that you put into your connections, because it shows them that you see an immense amount of value in them, and they admire this in you, and they also see an immense amount of value in you, and they see that you are going to get everything it is that you want. Let me get you an affirmation before we go. What affirmation is there for pile 2? Okay. I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. Yes, I think you already do this, because I mean, like I said, people admire the fact that you can recognize when someone isn't aligning with your values or your hopes and dreams, and instead of taking it personally or getting disappointed that they're not, you just kind of acknowledge it, thank them, and continue on your path. It's very beautiful. But pile 2, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. If it resonated, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear about it. If it didn't, there might be a different reading for you in this video, or there just might not be a message here for you today, and that's okay too. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop in the description box down below. Hopefully I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So today we are asking, what is it that others admire about you? So the oracle cards that I have pulled for you are Love, Mouse, Fox, Rest, Broken and Hatched, Earth, the Gambler, Home, and Ripe Fruits. So pile 3, I feel like this is my pile, like my group of people. Everyone in pile 3 is somebody that I would want to be friends with. This is just so wonderful. The biggest energy that I'm getting, and I felt it immediately. The first card that came out was this Fox card. You are fun as heck. You are so fun and playful and know how to have a good time. And it's not because everything in life has come easy for you. With Broken and Hatched, you've had tower moments in the past. You've had rude awakenings, or the rug ripped out from underneath your feet, and it's broken you. You've had moments in which you feel broken, but it has not defined you. It has not defined you, and it has not destroyed you. It's maybe shifted your perspective on life. And quite frankly, if it has, I would say that the perspective shift that has taken place is a much more lighthearted approach to life. You are somebody who values fun, values creativity, values socializing and making connections, and brainstorming ideas, and just having an overall good time. And that's not to say that you are lazy by any means. I think that people view you and admire the fact that you have somehow managed to come out of life in a way in which you don't feel guilty for rest. You don't feel guilty for rest. You don't feel guilty for enjoying yourself. You don't feel guilty for not going above and beyond when you're tired. You don't feel guilty for not selling your soul, essentially, or your body, or a little bit of your happiness for maybe a little bit more money or recognition or just overall respect from society. There's just this understanding that like life is a canvas, and it's what you make it, and you don't necessarily want to fall into the guise of thinking that your worth or your value has to do with the amount of hours you put in at work, for instance, or I don't know, there's something about you that's like non-conforming to societal roles, and I'm not saying it in the sense of like, oh, this person is cuckoo or like a little like woo-woo. That's not what I'm saying, because we also have earth here and we have home. These are very grounding energies. This is somebody who's very down to earth, who isn't fantastical, like I'm sensing play and perhaps even child's play. Child's healing is something that's really important to you, but that's not the same as having like a fantastical personality, or even like I'm not picking up on like a dramatic or like theatrical, like theatrics. It's just pure enjoyment and lightheartedness. There's a lighthearted energy to you, with deep care for others, and with I would say that like your vibration is purely a loving one. You're very enjoyable to be around, and I would say that people are probably very much drawn to you, and so is everything else that it is that you want with this ripe fruits here. This card indicates having that touch that turns everything into gold, being that kind of abundant. And when you're vibrating on a level in which you are just radiating pure love, or really just enjoying life, and recognizing that it's meant to be experienced however it is that you want, of course you're going to start being in alignment with everything that it is that you want. And I think that for some people, they might look at you in the shadow attribute, but it's through admiration, and the shadow attribute is relying on luck rather than hard work. And then the light attribute is willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. And I think that like these two attributes are interchangeable with you. And like I was saying with like rest and this ability to just like not feel guilty, I don't think that this necessarily is a shadow attribute to like allow passive income, for instance, to show up into your life. Anything like that. Like rest is okay. And now that I think about it, I'm like, what the heck? Is that really a shadow attribute? Like relying on luck rather than hard work? I think it depends on the person and the intention they have behind what it is that they're doing. But you're just an overall fun person to be around, Pile 3, and I would totally be your friend. We could brainstorm together and crack jokes. Okay. Oh my gosh. What do people admire about Pile 3? Okay, we have the Hermit, the Hanged Man, the Three of Swords. It showed up while I was shuffling 2 times, I think. So I was wondering, this card. It showed up in Pile 1 and it wasn't reversed, and it confused the heck out of me. But it's the Six of Wands reversed, and it's just the imagery. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. How interesting. I would definitely say you are a nonconformist. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords reversed. We have the Four of Cups. Oh. Okay. And then we have the Magician. The Magician came out for every single pile. Every single pile has like a little bit. This is, I would say, this pile I think is most in alignment with themselves and with what it is that they want. And then we have the Four of Pentacles as the bottom of the deck energy. Okay, so I did a reading earlier with these cards, and the Four of Cups came out earlier, and it reminded me of the Little Prince. And I'm, I might even just put the link in the description for you guys to look at if you so feel. But like, because it's reminding me of it again, but it's giving me a different message than in the personal reading I gave earlier. So in this card, you see a person, and the reason why it reminded me of the Little Prince was for two reasons. One, there's this yellow scarf, and that's in the Little Prince. And two, there's this rose, and it looks like this person is like on a planet floating around, and that also happens in the Little Prince. And essentially what happens is the Little Prince falls in love with this rose on this planet, and then they get into an argument and he leaves. And when he leaves, he goes to a different planet and he realizes there's roses everywhere, and she wasn't even like that special, is like kind of like how he feels about it at first. And then he realizes that in fact she is special, even though there's millions and billions of roses out there. That was his rose, and like he loved that rose, and he's realizing what it means to love and to find uniqueness in it. And with the Three of Swords here, I sense that like it's the same as this broken and hatched energy of like, sad things have happened to you. Of course they have. But I view you as, the way I'm seeing it is like, this is you and this is you. So here you are, peeking through the universe, looking at yourself. Here you are, chilling in the universe, looking at yourself as the version of this, as a rose, your version self of a, I hope you get what I'm saying. This is the third version of you as a rose. And you're realizing like, oh my gosh, this is really barren. What am I going to do? I need to help myself. And so you start looking around and you're realizing that there's these cups, because typically in the Four of Cups, a cup is being offered to someone sitting under a tree, and he's looking in the other direction. He's not even paying attention to what's being offered. And here it looks like there's awareness. There's awareness to the needs, to the heartache that's happening, and there's an awareness that this rose needs to be tended to. And so instead of turning the cup away, this person looks like they've taken the cup and poured water out of the cup to tend to this rose. So, getting back to why people admire you, they admire your ability to care for yourself and be gentle with yourself. That's not easy for a lot of people. It's not easy to not self-destruct when things go wrong, or to not be to not want to blame everyone or take things out on other people when you're hurt, or to take on a mentality of apathy, and yet you haven't. For some reason, you're still gentle with yourself and you're gentle with others. So that's what I'm seeing there. Then with the Six of Wands reversed and the Magician, I feel like, okay, this is a very, the message just came to me. This card is reversed because, okay, so typically in the Rider-Waite deck, it's just a card that symbolizes victory, and you just see someone on their horse with their wands and they just look victorious. But here it looks like this falcon or whatever has like taken over these crows' nest, and it's like they're defeated, and it's like he beat them, right? But this is reversed. And then we have the Magician here, and it's the message that I'm getting from this is that you don't see threats, or You don't feel threatened by others around you. You don't have a mindset of like, if this person gets this happiness before I do, then I can never have it. Or if this person gets the promotion at work, then that means I'm going to be stuck here for forever. Like, there's not a correlation for you between other people's happiness and your lack thereof. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't see the need to bring other people down in order to come out on top. You kind of stay in your lane, and you're not worried about what other people are doing. And then with the Hanged Man here and the King of Swords, another thing that people really admire about you, I would say, so the King of Swords is like a very rational person, a very rational energy. And the Hanged Man is an energy of like surrender and also suspension, like of waiting. And I'm getting the sense that you aren't really that's like, and I don't mean it in like a negative way, like, oh, you're not a rational person. I don't mean it in the sense that you're irrational. It's more like you're not a logical, you prefer feeling over logic. But it's like, okay, so I'm in this therapy called dialectical behavior therapy. I don't know if any of you have been in it or have heard of it, but one thing that it talks about is the wise mind, or the middle way. And it's basically therapy that like incorporates a lot of mindfulness into it. So there are people who are very emotionally minded, and they are ruled by their emotions, and they navigate the world through their emotions. And then there are people who are very logical minded. And what I'm sensing with this Hanged Man and the King of Swords is that one thing that people admire about you is that you have managed to come into wise mind, where you incorporate both your feelings and logic, and it's balanced. So I don't mean to say like you're irrational or you don't think logically. That's what I mean by it, is like they sense that you are on like the middle path. And then with the Hermit here and the Ace of Pentacles, this is more of this like non-conforming energy. This is like you are unique. And the way you live life, the way you express yourself, everything about you, every intention behind you has to do with who you want to show up as authentically. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Very interesting. I feel like, honestly, so like a lot of the time the Four of Pentacles can represent somebody who is like very conservative or like kind of greedy. But in this image it's different, because I see this person holding up a pentacle, and they're holding it up to the sky, like they want to offer it, they want to give it. And this is signifying to me that like you're not somebody, like this isn't a lack mindset. Like how I was feeling here with how I think that you don't really worry about what other people are doing or what they are gaining, because it's not taking away from you. This is an abundance mindset that I'm talking about. And so I'm sensing with this Four of Pentacles, and also with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, that money or like material things aren't all that important to you. And I'm not saying that you don't think that like, I'm not saying that you don't think it's important to have money in order to survive or anything like that. I would just say that like your priorities, you have other priorities that are a little different than other people's. And then with this Four of Pentacles being at the bottom of the deck energy, it's like you just see things in a different way. There are more important things to this, and you're happy to give to others when you can, because again, giving things away, sharing with others, celebrating in others' success is an abundance mindset. Okay, pile 3. You guys are so fun. And also I feel like very wise. Very, very wise. This is your affirmation. We have, I celebrate my progress. Awareness, not perfection, is the goal. Okay, pile 3. Well, this is where I am going to leave you for today. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so at my Etsy shop. I have the link in the description box down below. If it resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section. If it didn't, there might be a different reading for you. And if not, there might not be a message for you here today, and that's okay too. I really hope that I'll have the chance to read for you again in another video soon. Bye!